Hello, my cat loving friends. Jody Teiche is a health coach, and we know about health coaches for people, which she is, but she's also a natural pet health coach for your animals. Did you know this was out there? She has been working for many years with this stuff. She's been a pet homeopathy educator with over 35 years of experience. So we want to find out what this is about and how it's going to help our animals right after a word from our sponsor. Welcome back to 19 Cats and Counting. I'm your co-host, Linda Hall, here with the ever gorgeous, my BFF, my ride or die, Rita Reimers.
Can you believe it is 5:15 in the afternoon and it's already dark?
And it's dark. I
don't
hate daylight
like it.
savings time. They need to abolish
I have
it,
to
but we'll talk about that.
I have to fix the lighting in my office, so I'm in the dark right now. Ooh.
Yeah.
But enough about me and my dark office. Let's get to talking with Jody.
Yes.
Welcome to 19 Cats and Counting. We're so
you.
excited.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And you ladies are awesome.
So thank you.
Just a couple crazy old cat ladies.
Welcome to the Pet Life Radio family. You also have a radio show on Pet Life Radio. Two. Ooh, tell us about
Bark
those.
And Swagger. Right?
I have a show since 2014 called Bark and Swagger.
Nice.
Then it was, for me, it was about living stylishly with your dog. Sorry, everybody listening. And rescue, which we all love. And so I would interview pet fashion designers and people in the rescue space and authors in the rescue space. And it was just really wonderful. And I loved it. And I grew the show to 500,000 listeners, which was super, super cool.
That's amazing. We might need you to coach us along.
Right? Right?
But having the Pet Life Radio platform is really helpful too. Then in the last year or so, I have the Pet Health Coach show as well. Bark and Swagger is still on Pet Life Radio, but I also have the Pet Health Coach, which is what my passion is and has been for the past few years, is natural healing in animals. So
I love it.
We love that too.
So is that, if you could define what it is you do in a nutshell, for those of us who are not familiar with it, what would that be?
So just like health coaches in the human world, pet health coaches are a bridge. Sometimes they're a bridge between the pet parent and the vet, or the natural vet or practitioner. We know more than the average bear. So we talk and guide about nutrition. So it's knowledge transfer, it's resources, it's being a champion for you, a safe space that's non-judgmental, where you can talk about what you're grappling with, how to move forward. We create plans together, and we're accountability partners. So we are that person who takes the ball down the field for you from where you are with your animal, where your animal is, to where you want to be.
Yeah. Well, that's great, because nutrition is so difficult, especially when it comes to cats. For one, because they're so picky about what they eat. And for two, knowing what is safe out there, for one thing, and then how much they need and what nutrients they need that you might need to add to their diet.
Yes. So nutrition there are certain similarities between dogs and cats when you look at history, okay? And before I get into that, every animal is bio-individual, just like every person is bio-individual. So what might work for my Suki isn't necessarily going to work for one of your cats or the other. So it is a bit of experimentation, but what I will tell you is that if it's possible, and your cat can either learn to or gravitate towards raw or some semblance of raw, that historically is what they ate as big cats. And while we've domesticated them, like we've domesticated dogs, what that really means is they sleep in our bed. They've got their own beds. Right. Some people dress them up. They are domesticated into our homes and our lives, but their digestive systems haven't changed that much.
100%.
And they're designed, right? They're designed to eat the whole animal. So Suki, for example, my cat, we mix it up. Okay. So she will have organ meats, very important. Organ meats are critical for vitamins and minerals. They are the most nutritious part of the animal, more than muscle meat. And every organ, and this is the coolest thing, every individual organ supports that organ in your animal. So,
kidneys
yeah.
for kidney, heart for heart.
Yeah, that's
Got it.
interesting.
Isn't
It makes
isn't that
sense.
interesting? Yes.
Yes.
So you want to mix that up as much as you possibly can. Even, things that are a little bit distasteful, like brains and stuff like that, but hearts and kidneys and livers and spleens, all of it. It's
Just close your eyes and do it. My cats love those freeze-dried sardines. They're just sardines. That's
The
all they
minnow
are.
things from Two
Those
Crazy Cat Ladies. Munchy
I
minnows.
hate those things. They look at me. I'm just not. I'm not there.
I can't
I'm not
look.
a fisher.
Just
I've never been a
don't
hunter.
look at
No. And so exactly. So I'm like just kind of tapping the bed, kind of squirt them out without looking at them. And then I just don't look at the cats for a while because someone will be walking out with just the eyeballs and the head sticking out of their mouth and I will vomit. So it's really disgusting.
Gross.
I know.
But they love it and it's good for them and it doesn't have the crap. So I do it. I didn't exactly enjoy changing human diapers or feeding that mush they call baby food when my human kids were little either, but I did it. Sometimes it was like, with your head turned to the side.
I
but
didn't do that. I didn't go through that.
I did. I mean, my daughter is in her 30s. So, I mean, it was a long time ago.
Yeah. My firstborn's 35. So yeah, I got you.
There you go. Yes. So we do what we have to do. That's the best for our kids, furry or smooth.
Yes.
And so muscle meat is important. That's the bulk of the diet, maybe 70%. Organ meats are maybe 25 to 30%. With cats, you can feed a greater percentage than with dogs for organ meats. And then, and this is always a crapshoot with cats, the third component to a really well-rounded, you've got all your vitamins and minerals meal is raw meaty bones. So the stuff that they would crunch up on the rabbit or whatever they killed. And Suki doesn't want to chew a bone. She's like a Miss Princess, just cut everything up for me and give it to me ready to chew, like ready made.
Yeah. That's how my 17 are. Yeah, they don't want to work for it.
Yes.
Right. So it doesn't always work with cats. But what I'll do is there are some really beautiful pre-made raw brands that have the raw meaty bones ground up inside.
Yes. And they won't even know. Yes.
And the muscle meat. They don't know, but they're getting the vitamins and minerals.
Yes.
And then sometimes I'll mix it up and some meals or days I'll give them freeze-dried. I'll give her freeze-dried because she likes that too. And it's good for them. It's not as good as raw. Under raw, I have my food pyramid.
Okay.
And the quality, the vitality of the types of food in the pyramid go from the basement is kibble. And pet parents need to understand, and this is especially relevant for cat parents, it is so devoid of moisture that it keeps your pet in a constant state of dehydration, and it is promoting UTIs in cats, promoting the formation of crystals. So for that reason alone, it's not a great choice. But there are other reasons. The high heat means that all of the vitamins and minerals are killed, and what they add in is synthetic after the fact. And sometimes, number one, it's not as bioavailable by a long shot.
Right.
And sometimes it creates inflammation. The form that it's in, it's not healthy.
Yeah. I have a cat though that I took in recently, one of them that belongs to our sanctuary, and he won't eat any wet food at all. I've tried everything I can think of because the first 10 years of his life, all he ate was dry food. He doesn't really know what to do with the wet food.
Oh, and Suki didn't at the beginning either. And wasn't 10, she was young. So you have a bigger challenge on your hands.
Excuse me.
Wet food is the second rung up on the pyramid. So the reason why it's the second rung up from the basement is that, again, high heat, everything added synthetically, but it does have a lot more moisture. So
Yes.
it's better in that regard.
Yes.
Mhm.
And, you know, that's a big improvement there. The next rung up is dehydrated. Again, it's got a heat process to it. Anytime you add heat, you're killing. Then above that is freeze-dried.
Okay.
Above that is home cooked, which is amazing if you can find a recipe or recipes that your cat loves.
Oh, we
Yeah.
failed at
And-
that. We both tried that.
I was going along okay, and I just needed to stick at it. And is that not everybody's biggest problem? Like, oh, it's so much easier. Just grab the thing out of the freezer or wherever
Not
it is.
easy home cooking. It is so not easy. Believe me, I know. I've been there. It's a lot easier to pull something out of the freezer, wait for it to defrost, and pop it in the bowl. I know. But that is the next rung up, and with the meats or fish, to just sear, really sear, if they won't have it completely raw, because some
Okay.
animals don't like it raw. So searing
Yeah.
helps.
Okay.
And then above that is the top of the pyramid, the point, and that.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't you
Yeah.
worry about salmonella and things like that, though, with raw meats?
I don't, and I'll tell you why. In dogs and cats, two things make it very unlikely that they're going to pick these things up. It's more likely that we'll pick it up. So